What is up, guys? Tom Wilkins here, and today I have a review on the brand new All Engines Go push along Winston. Now, why is he in All Engines Go? I don't know. I thought they established that Emily was supposed to take the Fat Controller around the island. And granted, they did have an episode where they explained that she was being retired from that job, and the Fat Controller, or Sir Topham Hatt, as they only call him now, got Winston instead. My second question is, same as the first, why is he in All Engines Go? Of every single character they could have chosen, they chose Winston, the mobile track car inspection thing. An interesting decision. I don't really care much for it, I can't lie. I mean, I've only seen some of the episode he's in, and he seems like a decently written character, but hey, his toy's pretty cool. So this is the first new Winston toy that we've gotten since 2018, I want to say, for the diecast range. We've had a couple of motorized Winstons released in, like, what used to be Trackmaster, but in terms of diecast Winstons, we had the original 2012 Take Play, the 2013 Take Play, that just constantly kept getting re-released because it was the same mold. And then when Push Along started, Winston was nowhere to be seen. Probably because, A, he either didn't sell very well, or B, they couldn't figure out a way to design him with the wider wheelbase without looking absolutely terrible. I mean, I could shoot my own theory in the foot, because here we have the Push Along Winston, but it's All Engines Go styled, and it's very interesting. He's been released in the same case as Duck. If you watch my previous review, you'll see that he is popping up along with Duck at Smith's Toys Superstore and The Entertainer, which is where I got him from, on their website. If you go on the website, he's about £5.60 something. Well, it's a pretty decent price. There's not really much else that I can say about him. He's Winston. So if you take a look at his card art, it's pretty nice. He's got him with a fairly smug face and the Fat Controller right there. Can't lie, I actually kind of dig the All Engines Go human designs. I think they look pretty fun. They're alright. Fat Controller is probably one of the better characters in All Engines Go. He's fun. I like him. And without much further ado, there's the back. It's the same as all the other backs. There's nothing really to say. Without further ado, let's get this guy open. It might just be me, but it seems like the cardboard that Mattel uses for their diecast stuff now, not just for Thomas, but for cars as well, it seems like it's a lot more difficult to get into than it used to be. So when it comes off, it just looks a lot cheaper. It's not very nice looking. Anyway, we're not here to talk about cardboard. We're here to talk about Winston. And, ooh, I'm already seeing a flaw. His light, I'm assuming in the corner, is complete. What is going on there? Let's just focus. You see that? Well, I kind of see his other light on his right side. It's supposed to be pretty set, but this one is very smudged, I guess. I don't know if the paint leaked over it or if it came off the mold improperly or what, but that's not great. He's got a decent bit of heft to him, actually, now that I'm holding him. I've got some previous Winstons to compare him to, but yeah, just holding this guy, he's pretty decently weighty. I think he uses the same, or at least a very similar chassis to Sandy, the rail speeder, because she's a very small character in the show, and they replicated her very well in toy form. Her toy is also very, very small. I don't know if they reused the same wheel base for this as they did for her. It is die-cast, which is interesting. Copyright 2023, so maybe this is a new one. His face is pretty decent. It's not completely similar to how it was on the well, you can't really see the box now, but on the box it's a little bit more rectangular than it is square here, but it does have a nice little bit of curvature to it. his windscreen is printed on instead of being a clear plastic piece, which is disappointing because you can't see through it to see the Fat Controller's face, which is something that they do show on the card. But, I mean, it is what it is. The privilege of clear plastic is something Mattel clearly doesn't want to give us, so I shan't complain. Well, I can, but anyway. He's, like I said, there's not much to him. He's just a fun little car. The Fat Controller inside him, actually, is pretty cool. If I can get a good angle, you can just see his face. It is printed very well. It has, got his smile, and he's looking to the right, to his right. He's got kind of a, if I can focus, his eyebrows are kind of doing like a, hey, look at what I've got sort of face. That's pretty cool. Very nicely molded. Obviously, it continues the trend of Fat Controller molds in Winston's, where it's only the top half molded and then the bottom half is nothing. But you could take this, well, I'm presuming you could take this out and make a custom Fat Controller figure if you wanted. It's got some nice printed detail on the side here with his air vent. This, I think, yeah, this used to be his nameplate on his older releases, but it's completely blank. It's not even gold. I don't know if it's supposed to be gold in the show. I know they don't put the names of characters on the sides anymore, but I don't know if this is supposed to be gold or not, so I'll have to check that. He doesn't have any printed wheels, which I'm not too bothered about for him. It doesn't look too bad. Some characters get it, some don't. I think mostly the main characters get printed wheels and then other ones don't. It's not really consistent. He's got a door handle molded on, and this little piece, I assume this is just a little step. I'm not too sure. His seat is also pretty decently done. No interior detail at all. Not even printing on the other side of the windscreen. But to be fair, other Winstons didn't really have that either, so I shan't complain. The back is completely absent, and that is disappointing. Again, I don't know what it looks like in the show, so I can't say if this is accurate or not. Second verse, same as the first. The other side is completely the same. It's got little printed headlights as well. These used to be gold, and then, well, used to be silver, actually. Actual piece of the headlight, and then the lens. Well, again, not to sound like a broken record, I don't know if that's accurate or not. Bringing some other Winstons out, if I get the 2012 Take and Play, it's so much bigger. Just look at this. Why is he so much bigger? Why did they make the Take and Play Winston so big? Oh god, I don't know if it's only me that finds this funny, but I really do. You can see just how much bigger the old one is. And I never like that, because Winston is supposed to be tiny. In fact, if I ever use him in an episode, Winston will be represented with the capsule playable one, because he's supposed to be tiny. You can take the little Fat Controller out and have him next to it. But yeah, if I put him next to the Take... Oh my god. That just looks ridiculous. Jesus Christ, I don't know, I'm probably just finding this funnier than it needs to be, but, why is it so big? Yeah, the new one is definitely a lot better when it comes to size. The old one is better when it comes to detail, although actually one thing I've just noticed, the cushion, or the seat, the rear seat on the new one, you probably can't see it on camera, you might just about see it, this is actually got some definition to it, and if you run your finger along it, you can hear it and you can feel it. This is actually textured, whereas on this one it's completely smooth. It's also, I don't know if this is accurate, but his door and his rear end is a lot bigger on the Take and Play one than how it looks on this one. It's, if you see like this. Hey, so my phone ran out of storage while I was making this video. I can't really go back and re-record it because, well, I have already opened it and I've already said most of what I wanted to say. Yeah. I was very nearly at the end, and then the thing decided to die on me. I was going to make a comparison between the two windscreens, how this one is printed and this one is clear, so you can actually see through. Yeah. This video is kind of a fail now. I don't know what to say now. Yeah, this is a good toy, but not necessary. If you find it for cheap, like in the Entertainer, go buy it. If you don't, you're really not missing anything, because, I mean, who really cares about Winston? If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it a 6, because no clear windscreen is disappointing, no coloured nameplate is disappointing, the broken bit on mine sucks, which is very disappointing. So I just hit my camera, so yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. So I'm sorry this wasn't a better review, but yeah.